This is Matt for Into Boxing. I'm delighted to be joined by now promoter Dmitry Salita. Dmitry, we've got the GOAT here in Cardiff. She's dazzled at the open workout. She's really getting across well to the UK public. How pleased are you that Claressa's managed to come to the UK and show herself to the UK audience?
Very pleased. The UK boxing fans are so warm and so passionate about the sport of boxing. For Claressa to be a true superstar, she has to embrace them and fight here in the UK.
Yeah. Talk to me.
She has a challenging fight coming up here on February 5th, but we're hoping all goes well and we set up the super fight with Savannah Marshall.
We'll talk about Savannah in a second, but just talk to me about the impacts Claressa's had on women's boxing and boxing in general as a whole. She's, broke down barriers. She's been two-weight undisputed champion. She's in the Guinness World Book of Records. I was saying to her yesterday, if she stopped now, she'd be down in the history books. But talk about what she's done.
So she's the first woman to ever headline the main event on premium cable network television, which was on Showtime in a second professional fight. And shortly thereafter, Cecilia Brækhus fought on HBO, and other women fought on other broadcast networks. So Claressa's success and her outspokenness and her openness about what needs to be done has raised women's boxing in terms of exposure, in terms of pay, in terms of possibilities for all women around the world. And in my opinion, one of the reasons why big fights in women's boxing are happening is because Claressa set the tone and got tremendous ratings and showed the business side of boxing, that women's boxing is a business, and that it's time that we recognize. And she changed she is changing the face of boxing through her success. So I'm very honored and happy to be here in the UK with her and to broaden the scope of women's boxing here with a true world title fight happening on February 5th.
Yeah, I spoke with Adam Smith and he said that she stole the show at the open workout. She came in, slippers on, had her bling on, she had all the belts there attached to the ropes. She had that bit of stardust about her. She's going into a tough fight against someone who's undefeated, and it's a huge task for that girl. But Emma Cozen will be coming here looking to take what Claressa's got and to jump into that spot. How switched on does Claressa have to be for this fight?
She has to be at her best, and she had a great training camp with John David Jackson, Gerald Tucker, who trains with Floyd Mayweather. So she took this camp very seriously. She wants to do her best, and Claressa is really, in terms of travel, she's further away from home than Emma. For Emma, it's a 2-hour flight. For us, it's a 7-hour flight.
Yeah.
So it's a good test for Claressa, meaning that it's good for her to get the air and the spirit of Europe in this first fight. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of fans here at the arena, and it's going to be on Sky, and it's going to be on pay-per-view in the United States. So it's a tremendous night of boxing for us and a big opportunity. And I know that Claressa, from everything I've seen in camp, she's going to shine. She's going to put on a tremendous performance.
She actually said to me she's done more round sparring for this fight than she has for many other fights, and that GT, Gerald Tucker, and her usual coach John Jackson has got her really working hard and working on her skills and her craft. She's also had the influence of Floyd Mayweather as well, who's given her some advice. What do you make of that when you've got someone, obviously one of, if not the greatest of all time, talking to the self-proclaimed greatest woman of all time?
It definitely adds to her confidence and adds to her skill set, to her boxing IQ, to have another great, give her some points, give her, details make a big difference on the highest level. So I know that his input has been tremendous and inspiration to Claressa, and we're hoping that he shows up tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's been talked about. He's coming, isn't there? What Floyd's like. He's got his own jet. He'll turn up when he wants.
So he's told us that he's coming. So we're expecting him, and he's going to be making it. Yes, exactly. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And it's just going to add more to the event. We have Roy Jones training Chris Eubank, who's another great. So the UK Cardiff Wales is going to be filled with boxing greats from the past and from now and from the future, which is really incredible. Yeah, 3 boxing greats in one building.
Absolutely, and it's great.
At least.
It's great to see as well someone like Floyd, who's obviously he's done everything from start to finish. If you could map out almost a perfect career, he's had it with a record.
And still undefeated.
He got out of the sport as well with his faculties and with generational wealth, and he's coming to support this event and to support women's boxing. So that's unbelievable.
And they're both from Michigan, which is really,
absolutely the Midwest.
Which is a great boxing state. We've been doing a lot of boxing in Detroit, and Claressa's from Flint, Floyd's from Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
There's really lots of talent that I mean, Claressa, Floyd, Joe Louis, Tommy Hearns, the Kronk Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
You know, I've been walking around the crowd here and I see people wearing the Kronk Boxing shirt. Pretty incredible how the brand has expanded worldwide. Sugar Hill Stewart training Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
So really a hotbed of boxing talent.
Yeah.
And Claressa is going to be representing the United States and certainly the state of Michigan on February 5th.
Right, the fight that everyone wants to see Claressa in is one that, obviously, providing everything goes well, will be Savannah Marshall. That's a huge fight. How does that compare to, say, Katie Taylor against Serrano at Madison Square Garden? Obviously, we're going to get a lot of comparisons, but isn't it just great that we're having these two events and that they're so big?
Right, so it's quite different, in my opinion, because Claressa, with all due respect, I'm so grateful that such a big fight is happening. It's happening in Madison Square Garden, but Claressa is a bigger American star than anyone in that particular fight, in my opinion. And both of the fighters are in the peak of their careers, talking about Savannah Marshall. And Claressa is coming to avenge her only loss as an amateur to Savannah Marshall. Certainly the story is much bigger, in my opinion. Yeah. And it's a true world title fight. Claressa is coming from the United States, and she's going to the hometown of Savannah Marshall here in the UK. Yeah. To me, it's like Leonard versus Hearns. And I said it in several different interviews. Two fighters in the peak of their careers, both very confident they're going to beat each other, not shy about their chances to win. Yeah. Claressa being an Olympic gold medalist, and you know, being I think a little shorter than Savannah, and just physically built. Physically, they look like Hearns versus Leonard, and certainly the story resembles that as well. And we're hoping that it's going to be the fight is going to be live up to those expectations, and it'll be one for the history books.
Here in the UK, do you think?
Here in the UK, for sure.
Yeah,
oh, definitely here in the UK.
I can't wait. That is an absolutely brilliant fight. Look, Dmitry, thanks for giving me some of your time. We look forward to seeing Claressa Saturday, making a UK debut. And yeah, hopefully we'll catch up after the fight. I appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot.